What's going on, guys? Welcome to Own the Chaos. My name is Brad Smith and I'm your host on this channel where we talk about everything over-the-counter stocks. Now, tonight's topic isn't going to be the most glamorous one, but it's one that does need to be talked about, and it's how to identify scams. So unfortunately, in the OTC, as we've talked about before, over-the-counter stocks are not as regulated as stocks that are traded on, the major exchanges such as NASDAQ, Dow Jones, and all that. The SEC, while they do regulate over-the-counter stocks, they don't regulate them as heavily as those big board stocks. We have OTC markets that really does overall a really good job of, making sure that you as the investor don't get burned by these scammy type plays. And so what I'm going to do today is just show you how to identify some of these scams and what to watch for and what red flags might pop up for you when you're doing your due diligence and trading based off of these fundamentals. So as always, I would encourage you to ask any questions on the sidebar here. As all of my live feeds, if you're just joining me for the first time, first of all, welcome. But if you are joining me for the first time, feel free to ask questions about today's topic or over-the-counter stocks, how to trade, whatever over here. And I always like to answer those for you guys towards the end of the video. So stay tuned for that, and I will be happy to answer those for you. But without further ado, let me go ahead and just welcome some people here. So King of Treyu, what's going on? David, Seth, Damian, Roberto, Ryan, Papa, what's going on? Full disclaimer, I did change my hotkeys, so won't have to worry about that anymore. That was on the priority of listings of on the priority list of things to do today, was take care of that hotkey issue, because I do apologize for making that switch without realizing it the last few times I've gone live. Meant to take care of it and I just never did, and just things happen, it slips your mind and whatever. But glad you guys were able to be patient with me, and as you guys know, this channel is still relatively young and I still have some growing pains here and there, but it is what it is. I fixed it, took care of it. So no, the hotkey was ridiculous. You're telling me it was ridiculous to me too. I kept getting mad at myself every time I would hit it. So so welcome Charis, Elva, Andrew. Okay, so I'm going to show you a perfect example of how to identify a stock that was a little bit scamming. And in this specific example, I'm not bashing the particular company or the stock itself, but somebody was able to release a PR, a press release about a stock that was not real. The news was not real. And somehow it got to the point to where even Yahoo Finance, put it out on the airwaves. And so this ticker is going to be TCEL. Now, we have yet to have identified as to whether or not this is in fact fake news. But I can tell you right off the bat that there are red flags that tell me that this could potentially not be real news. Oftentimes when you're looking for a news that gets released, if it sounds too good to be true, oftentimes it is. We've seen some crazy PRs out there in the past, especially in the OTC, where somehow somebody scores a $200 and some million contract or whatever else out of the blue after being dormant for God knows how long. And some of those you just kind of have to scratch your head out and just kind of be like, really? Does this sound realistic? Use some common sense. But this one was actually one that I think tripped up even the most tenured trader. And I want to kind of show, and I think the reason why is because it got through to like something as credible as Yahoo Finance. But I still want to, but there's still indicators that say, you know what, this doesn't sound right. And I'll go ahead and show that to you. So, yeah, tell everybody not to get attached to a stock. Yeah, that too. But I will go ahead and share my screen here with you real quick and kind of show you what I'm talking about. So I have T-cell showing up here. I just want to show you the day here on the chart. So for those of you who aren't familiar with my channel yet, this is WeTradeHQ.com. I encourage you to sign up to get notified the minute we go live, which will be Thursday at midnight. This Thursday at midnight. Today is Monday. but I want to go ahead and just kind of get you familiar with how we use this platform for when we do go live. You guys know how to use it. So this is T-Cell or TCEL, and what happened today. So this is a classic, what we would call pump and dump. I know a lot of people like to throw pump and dumps, that term around a lot of times, but this, to me personally, I think is a classic representation of what a pump and dump is. It started down here in the 3 and 4 range, 0003, 0004, went all the way up, had highs of almost 001, and then just came crashing right back down. Look, at the end of the day, it was, you know, threatening to get down in the 2s. Just massive amounts of selling after all this buying was going on. And the thing is, too, is that you don't see a lot of the buying going up today, but you can see some of it that occurred in days prior. So you could tell that this stock was kind of getting loaded up, because if you pay attention to the amount of green candles going up, the green and red candles that go up versus all this red volume that comes down, like this screams pump and dump. And this is the kind of stuff that pisses me off about just the OTC in general, and how sometimes it just can't, like, why it doesn't regulate certain things. Like, whoever, the SEC should come down on whoever did this big time, and then publicize it. Tell everybody who did it, why it happened, how it happened, so that it can be prevented. But the unfortunate thing is that sometimes they just don't care, you know, and it's frustrating. You know, a lot of people probably got burned on this one. You know, unfortunately, I don't think many of us did within WeTrade HQ, only because we were able to identify this scam quickly. And for those people that did end up getting in, were able to at least get out, maybe with some slight profit, or at least broke even. So this is just, it just makes me angry. It just really does. So, you know, we'll just, here's a good way to use the forum. We'll just say scam news today, just so you can get familiar with how to put you know, comments within you know, any specific ticker that you're looking to talk about once WeTrade HQ goes live here on Thursday. But yeah, so just kind of wanted to show you this, why I think this is why this is a true pump and dump. And so here is the news that was released on T-Cell. So this is the news that was released on Yahoo Finance. So if you click on that, you know, it says $18.2 million of funding to complete development of tissue and organ repair. You know, while this news would be amazing if it was in fact real, and again, we have not confirmed or verified that it's fake, but I can tell you from my point of view and the experience of others within our group, that this could potentially be fake. Because if you scroll down, typically if you scroll down, especially when anything's released, you know, news-wise, and you see source, usually you'll see source, and then there will be contact information down here, and there's not any. Okay. The other thing is, so like I'll give you an example. So PACV is one that we've recently played. It's got a lot of good news going for it. They just had news released on that. And there you go, Pacific Ventures. So here was most recent news that was released on June 15th. And here's the contact information. See that? That to me would not raise a red flag. The fact that TCEL didn't have any kind of contact information attached to their news so that we could contact them and verify that the news was real, just rubs me the wrong way. The other thing is, if you go to OTC Markets and you go under T-Cell, for those of you who are joining me for the first time, OTC Markets is a great resource to look at you know, profiles for over-the-counter stock companies, and so there's no you know, news that's been released here. You know, so it's on Yahoo News, but for whatever reason, OTC Markets doesn't have it listed. And here's the other thing. So if you guys have been following me for a long time, you know that I utilize Equity Feed for scanning and to get the majority of my news. So whenever news hits on any OTC stocks, I have it already set up here on my news scanner to pop up. And nowhere on here was TCEL released throughout the day. So this is the entire day's news, and which includes yesterday's after hours. and nothing on T-cell. So that's another red flag. Now, I will say that it's rare that news gets released on, let me come back here. I will say that it's rare that news gets released and it doesn't show up on equity feed. There are cases and times where that happens, but it's very rare. And if it does happen, that still gives, raises a red flag to me, because equity feed gets all of their news sources and releases from OTC markets. And if it's not on OTC markets, then that is the first thing that you're like, okay, I don't know if this news is real. Let's find out if it is or not. And then you take those steps and look to see if the contact information is there. And if the contact information is there and you're still not sure, then reach out to that company and verify it. And there was people within our group that actually did. They went and went to the most recent email that was on OTC markets, that was on their profile, emailed them, and they actually got an email response saying that no, this news was actually fake. Again, I don't know, because that email is old, if perhaps I just don't want to confirm that yet. I don't want to put doubt in people's minds as far as whether this is credible news. Just to me, it seems really fishy, and we've seen this before. And again, I don't want to confirm or deny that this news is fake, but for me, it's one of those things where you just have to sit back and be like, let's see what happens, because before I risk my money, I want to be absolutely sure that this news is real and they're receiving all this money to do research. But for me personally, based off of my experience and just doing that short amount, a small amount of DD, there's a lot of red flags that raise, in my opinion, that say, you know what, this probably could be a scam. And I gotta say, it's pretty impressive that they even got, whoever it was, got through to Yahoo Finance and was posted on Yahoo Finance. It's just one of those things that, like I said, it really pisses me off that this type of stuff can happen, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that got stuck in this and really got screwed due to this unbelievable pump and dump. It went from 0003 to almost 001, and it came crashing right back down to even lower lows. So that is one way to identify stock. And the other thing is just kind of like use your common sense. Does this news sound like it's too good to be true? Obviously, whenever major news, something like that, there's usually other clues and tidbits of information that lead up to that major catalyst. It's very rare that some major catalyst that comes out of the blue from a defunct stock like that. Usually, like we've said, we always like to try to follow reinstatements, make sure that they are, active with whatever Secretary of State they are with, that they're current, all that stuff. So, this to me, it's just something that I'm not comfortable trading, because there's too many question marks. And, we were able to alert our room, I hope, and it seemed like it was that case, within enough time to get out without damaging their account or their position too much. So, with that, let me go over a couple things. So if you aren't familiar with equity feed is probably, in my opinion, the best stock scanner that money can buy. That's what I was showing you before. It was listing all the news from all of those OTC stocks that had news today, and so that's why that is my #1 resource for finding news when it does get released. As far as OTC markets, you go to otcmarkets.com to find valuable information and profiles of those stocks that the OTC markets actually works to try to regulate as much as possible. And then if you aren't familiar, if this is the first time visiting my video or checking my channel out, there's links in the description. Please check those out. We are WeTrade HQ. This channel is only chaos, but we have multiple partners within one platform. It's all under one roof, and we are WeTrade HQ. So if you don't like over-the-counter stocks, that's okay. We have plenty of other resources and niches within the market and experts within their specialized fields that will be there to help you, and other people who are like-minded individuals such as yourself will be able to network with those folks and talk about whatever it is that you would like to trade. And so it's WeTradeHQ.com to register to trade. We're going live Thursday at midnight. If you are really anxious to get into our community, there's a Discord link within the group. We are on Discord, a chat group function, or chat platform, I should say, which will also be incorporated on WeTradeHQ.com. And yeah, I mean, check us out on social media, whatever. So as far as that spiel goes, I just wanted to make sure I got that out of the way. So if you're curious about, just knowing more about us, please check us out on all those platforms. All the links are in the description. And yeah, so let me just go ahead and check out. Oh no, I kept saying today was Monday. That's right. So Jason Harris, thanks for correcting me. I just want to go ahead and read over some of the comments here. Yeah, so today's Monday, or today's Tuesday. I think I said today's Monday, but it's just, everything's been a blur so far. So Yahoo said yes, E-Trade said no. So I think, Janet, you might be referring to the fact that E-Trade said that news was not real. So that's another thing. So like if your broker's telling you it's not real, then maybe it ain't real. So good. Another resource to use to verify information will be your broker. So red day for me, but it's cool. Yeah, Tuesdays, for those of you who've been trading OTCs for a while, we all know that Tuesdays are always kind of crappy days. It's always provides an opportunity to maybe add to whatever position you're at to get in at a lower price, or maybe make an initial position. For whatever reason, Tuesdays always seem to be really big sell days or red days for us. And there's no really explanation why, and it's not really any kind of scientific conclusion that we've come to on that. It's just a trend that we all have seen before, that Tuesdays, just for whatever reason, are crap days for the OTC. It's rare that and there's rare occasions that we do see some awesome runners, but yeah, Tuesdays are generally not usually good. So Papa says also there's no specific regulation control in the OTC to ensure that your orders are filed first in, first out. Placing your order first at specific price, does that not mean it will be first to fill? I've never actually noticed or paid attention too much. Probably should be something that I actually do take notice of a little bit more than I should. So that's a good topic, or a good point to bring up, Papa. So I will actually go in and do some more research on that and get back to you on that. Yeah, that's a really good point. It's just something that I just haven't taken the time to notice, and maybe I should have. So definitely we'll check that out for you. So Jason, thanks for donating to my channel. I always like to shout out to those folks who continue to show me support and love, and especially in the form of a monetary donation. So thank you very much for that. I do appreciate everything that you guys give to this, including your time. So yeah, don't forget to smash that like button. So if you guys have learned something within this video itself, I would appreciate a like, just to show some additional support. And is it going to be phone friendly? So someone was asking, I think you're referring to WeTrade HQ platform is going to be phone friendly. So yes, you can use and utilize WeTradeHQ.com. It's going to be mobile friendly. It won't be in the form of an app, but it will be, a mobile friendly website that you can use as well. So I think, in my opinion, that you get the best experience if you use it through desktop, but it still works absolutely perfect through the mobile app. It's just some things we had to kind of like crunch together to make sure it all fits on a mobile platform, but everything still functions the same, and you can still use it all just as good as if you were on desktop. So was K-A-L-Y a victim of fake news? So yes, in my opinion, it was. If you go to K-A-L-Y that we traded towards the beginning of the month, I was even fooled myself at first until I started to see some of the writing on the wall. It just wasn't trading funny, or wasn't trading right, and the momentum really had a sudden stop. And it was one of those things where it's like, I don't know if I like this. It doesn't feel right. The website had grammatical errors on it. The Twitter page didn't make a whole lot of sense the more I looked into it. And so that was a lot of red flags to me, to be like, I probably shouldn't stay in this. I think I'd be much happier if I just took my money and run. So I did. And that's just the unfortunate thing about the OTC, the stock market, whatever. It's just that sometimes people get away with this crap, and it's so frustrating. And over-the-counter stocks can provide such a great potential for you to experience growth within your trading career, and just really accelerates any kind of and you can do it faster than any other type of trading out there. But you have to be careful and aware of stuff like this, because unfortunately there's people that are out there that are just looking to get your money. And you know, with us at We Trade HQ, we're trying to do whatever we can to try and combat all of that and prevent some of that from happening. And so, you know, this is just another example for you to kind of like get that growth or get that knowledge or get that education to, you know, make sure that you're making yourself aware that this is out there. And before you just go and make a big risk on your hard-earned money, that you do the proper diligence that is required of you before purchasing. So, and the other thing is like, you know, just don't make purchases or sell or sales based off of anyone else's opinion. Stick to your plan. If you have a plan, if you are confident in your plan, then don't deviate from that. You know, do whatever it is that you are setting out to do. I don't care. Like, everybody has this negative connotation on, you know, flipping stocks. So like flipping stocks means, you know, I'm just going to get in and get out. I don't care where it goes. And I don't care. Like, I give people a hard time sometimes about it, and including one of our, I have an admin within my group who, that's what he does. He's really good at flipping these stocks. He's happy with making $300 to $500 a day. He gets out and he's done. And that's fine. You know, I give him a hard time about it, but it's fine. You know, and I don't want to discourage any of that, especially if you're just starting out. Why would you hold something forever in hopes that it's going to take off if you're just starting your own account? It would make much more sense for you to like take advantage of those $300 and $500 wins if you're just starting out, and build that account up so that you can make those bigger plays or longer plays and expand your risk tolerance. So, you know, I welcome all types of trading styles within our group, and we're not going to, you know, make you feel bad for getting in and out of the stock to, you know, accelerate your growth. That's, I mean, we're all about making sure that you grow your account, and it doesn't matter how you do it, in my opinion, as long as you're experiencing growth and seeing, you know, positive returns, then go for it. If it's working for you, then go for it. That's all I can say about that. So, okay, is there a specific type of news that stands out that you look for on your equity feed scanner? No, not in particular. You know, there's obviously those major catalysts out there. Yeah, you know, I'll look at certain 8Ks that come out. You know, sometimes they'll announce you know, through an 8K that there's a merger or acquisition. Those are positive catalysts that, you know, would cause me to maybe look a little bit deeper into a stock to see, is this worth, you know, obviously share structure, volume coming in, all that matters. But there isn't one specific thing that I'm looking for on my news feed. It's just, you know, I see the news feed, and if I see specific keywords that shout out to me, maybe I should take a little bit of a closer look to this, then I will do that. So like mergers or reverse mergers or whatever, that's kind of the things that I will look for. Flipmaster Moreno. So yeah, Roberto Moreno, he's actually right here. He's one of the ones that we give a hard time about flipping stocks or buying the dips and just getting out within, you know, a short period of time. But again, it's all in light fun. Like, I don't care that he does that, and I don't care that others do that. If it works for you, then stick with it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. So that's just my opinion on the whole thing. So with that, guys, I know I rambled for a little bit, but I just want to make sure that I was addressing everything that I needed to address. So I'm going to cut this off here. Again, please check the links out in the description if you have not done so already, and join the We Trade HQ movement. It's going to be a social exchange. It's going to be great. You're going to be able to learn so much from all kinds of people, not just those who are providing courses, but just for those that are just in the community willing to learn or have already learned and are just paying all of that forward. That's what we're all here for, and I can't wait for us to go live. So it's going to be awesome. I think it's something truly special that we have going on here, and that is all I got for you guys tonight. So as always, I will see you all before the bell, and B Smith is out. See you tomorrow, guys.